First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Oh, live from New York. It's a show that's back from vacation and kicking off Predictions Week.
Yes.
Oh, it's a huge week, and Bruce on vacation.
Bruce, I'm done.
Are you missing the whole show?
No more vacations for about 10 months.
10
Wow.
months. All right, well,
That's
bro,
actually,
if
no,
we
you're
get to
overshot.
10 weeks, we'll be thrilled.
First things first. Today, the Eagles don't play in the preseason, and Nick Sirianni says he's going to change his vibe. Is Brew ready to say the supernatural funk is over? Meanwhile, breaking news. Mahomes threw a behind-the-back pass on our first day of vacation. We're back, and we react to it. And someone new goes on the board. And finally, it's the first day of Predictions Week. We're doing the AFC and NFC East. It's basically like the first day of school. It's like Christmas morning, I would say.
It is. More like Hanukkah because it expands
Long.
multiple
Yeah,
days.
okay,
there
sure.
you go.
Okay, sure.
Kwanzaa even.
There you go.
Drew, welcome back. How was your vacation?
Fantastic. You saw my golf game. I hit him well.
How many holes did you play?
18.
Every day?
No, once. I golf once a year. That's it.
Pretty good.
Once a year.
Not bad. All right, we're going to start off the show. Nick Wright, Kevin Wild, Chris Broussard. Well, I don't know. Let's go. New viewers. We're starting with CD getting paid. Ian Rappaport reporting. 4 years, $136 million, $100 million guaranteed. Rappaport writing he's the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, right behind Justin Jefferson. Classic, almost won.
I know. It's so frustrating, Brew. So frustrating.
Why an almost?
Because when we picked this topic this morning, we didn't know the deal wasn't done.
Right.
And I walked into Wild's office right when the news broke. For what I've written on my paper, first of all, CD is getting done and getting done soon. 4 years, 135 is where it lands. And then it broke. So it was so.
Almost won.
There you
But
go,
so
yeah.
here's. But go ahead, ask the question, and then I'll.
Sure.
Sorry.
React.
Sorry. This is my reaction is. This is why the Cowboys are bad at this. Because I knew, you knew, we all knew that this deal was always getting done. And once it got to this place where every other deal was done this offseason and they had to have them done before week 1, it was always going to be done for around this amount of money, which is why I, with no sources, no connections in Dallas, made 0 phone calls, got it 99.2% accurate, just jotting it down. And I want to show you a quote from Jerry Jones that he gave to Clarence Hill. And unlike Brew, Jerry curses and curses a lot. So there are F-bombs and S-bombs in this that we have redacted. In this article, he drops, I think, 7 F-bombs. So we've taken a few of them out. I have an ordinate, I think he means inordinate, but that's right. I have an ordinate amount of confidence that blank. That if anybody can figure out how to get this blank done, I can figure out how to get it done. There's nobody that could blank come in here and do all the contracts and be a GM any better than I can.
Love it.
Okay. And I'm here to tell you that, and he said this before they got the CD deal done, that's the opposite of true.
Yes,
Like, now, if he gets credit for the draft, fine. The Cowboys draft well. I don't know that he's doing that, but whatever. But this specific thing, it's actually the opposite of that. Very few GMs would do it worse. CeeDee's been a first-round pick they could have signed a year ago for $27 million a year. He would have been thrilled. They didn't believe in him yet enough, I guess. But then after this year, Brew, they could have signed him earlier for less than this. He was never making more than this. So they cost the offseason, maybe hurt the relationship a bit, and got him at the highest possible price. That's bad. That's a bad job. So that's my reaction, I guess.
No, look, we all knew it was going to get done. I still think what's coming next is Dak Prescott. You don't believe that, but I believe Dak will be next, especially after we saw
well, we'll get to
your favorite quarterback last year. Was it 2 years ago he was going to lead us to the Super Bowl?
We'll get into
Anybody can do it in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Exactly. Go ahead.
But, no, look, I agree with everything you said. If they had just done it earlier in the offseason, you probably would have got him for certainly closer to $30 million.
Yeah.
I think you do it before some of these other deals get done. And now this is what they do, though. They did it with Ezekiel Elliott. They got him done, at least in this case, CD, before the season starts. And like I said, I expect Dak in short order. Because once Jerry won't talk about it, Like, he wouldn't talk, today, recently about CeeDee. You know the deal is getting close. And
that's a good
got
take.
done.
All right, one take, one question. Take is, and this is really a Greg Jennings take that we did last week, not having CeeDee for the entire offseason is actually going to hurt the Cowboys. And this is what Greg said. It's like the timing and you're in shape. And he released a video like, don't worry, I've been in shape in this high school field. Like, no, that doesn't work. So that's actually, I'm interested in week 1 if CeeDee is conditioned, if they have to basically minutes restrict him because he's not
I feel like
up to
he'll
speed.
be okay, though.
Greg said
Greg knows better than me, but I feel like he'll be fine.
All right, and then the other question, Nick, quickly before we move on to Dak. What do you think the dominoes are? Because we've heard the leaves now fell for CeeDee. What do you think the dominoes are for Jamar, who ended his hold-in?
Yeah.
And Brandon Ayuk, who is, I guess, still on the 49ers. We're kind of waiting to see what happens there.
Well, so the Jamar thing is, to me, he could have taken it harder than he ended up taking it. The fact that he showed up means he's folding his hand to a degree. I think the Bengals are poorly run. Flatly. Now, I will see through predictions week. I have massive respect for the Bengals because of the team that they have, but I think ownership does business wrong. I think that their refusal to make an exception for Jamar Chase and sign him as early as possible, which is what they should be doing right now, is going to
Cowboys
should have exactly right. It is going to cost them a lot of money, but I don't think this has any tangible impact on Jamar except for it raises his price. It just raises his price.
You knew he was going to play. I mean, didn't you feel like? Yeah, I felt like if they don't sign him, he's still going to play.
Then
You're not going
what's
to sit out and lose all that.
What's the point of just
to try to pressure him into signing?
I mean, this is, I guess, the point.
And if they don't sign you, then you'll come back and play because it doesn't help you in free agency to sit out a year and lose all that money.
Time off work, buddy.
Oh,
that's the other point. The other point is I would rather train on my schedule with my people at my leisure where no one yells at me. And I have a totally good reason for it now, which is you won't pay me. I think that Trent Williams hates training camp. He's also going to get more money, but you know what I mean? I honestly believe that's the answer. I think all these guys would skip training camp if they, not all, but a lot. If they
I'm holding out.
Right, but if you have a legitimate contractual reason to do it, it's I don't want to. I'd rather work out on my own.
Jamar would hold an in. You'd have to show up for work. And
show up for work, but not have to work. Yeah. It's what you do a lot of days.
I mean, sometimes. All it takes. Meanwhile, Trey Lance handed out interceptions. Cowboys might have to hand out a contract because of it. Went full LeBron press conference. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 5 interceptions. Yeah.
Even the last play of the game, wasn't it a pick?
At a certain point,
I'm shocked they left him in.
That was just like a hockey goal.
Yeah, keep messing up.
He did have 400 yards. He did.
Counting both teams?
No, he had some good moments.
Yeah,
he did have a few
but
good
go ahead.
moments.
But go ahead and ask the question.
Do you think Trey's 5 interceptions impact Dak's deal?
Can I just go first on this quickly because you already attacked me on Trey Lance? I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
I did not watch North Dakota State. I am not Phil Steele at the Senior Bowl.
We were.
I was not somebody before the draft oh my